Alright, it's time to go ahead and load up this bass tune so we can actually drive the car around a little bit more. Whew. I said I wasn't going to be doing any E-tuning, but we are going to have to load up a bass tune just so we can get the car running a little bit better, and I feel a little bit easier on myself kind of taking this car further away from the house. We're not going to be doing any wide open throttle pulls. It's simply just going to be running a tune in the car so the AFRs and everything runs a little bit smoother, and then down the line we are going to be getting a dyno tune so we can finally let loose and run the car at 110%. The only reason why I'm getting a bass tune, like I said, is so the car runs a little bit smoother, and unfortunately I think I'm going to be running a bass tune for a week or so, so that's what we need to go ahead and do it. I already got the tune on the SCT4, but I'll load this up and then we're gonna go ahead and take a test drive and see how everything feels. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this done. All right, so here we go. We're saving the stock data. I think the car was actually previously tuned. Like I said, this is the thing about buying these used cars, because sometimes things are done to them that you don't know. Maybe the car was tuned. It was not tuned for the 410 gears. I know that for a fact. I think this car was on a Bama tune originally. All right, so we're downloading the tune right now. Here we go. Like I said, this is the first time that I'm actually ever doing this to this car. I don't know what tune was on here before. The previous owner did say that, or actually technically the owner before the owner I bought the car did kind of list some mods, and he had a Bama tune on here. So I'm sure the previous owner, before the owner that I bought this car, had a Bama tune for the throttle body and the cold air intake, but not the 410 gears, which is weird. So I'm assuming that the 410 gears were put on after that Bama tune because the speedometer was all off, which, you know, it's not really that big of a deal, but it definitely probably had that Bama tune because it did kind of load up a prompt here. It said we have to erase the previous tune, so here we go. %, 86. This actually loads up tunes a lot faster than the open flash tablet that I used with the FRS. Okay, here we go. ECU tech is still a little bit faster, but this is definitely quicker than the open flash tablet. Man, it's like the first time I'm doing this to this car, and it's funny because, like I said, this is the first time I'm tuning this car, and it's with a supercharger. Like, you can tell how impatient I am and how quick I like to go ahead and modify cars. All right, let's go ahead and power this car on. Oh, this is kind of... All right. This is going to be the moment of truth. This is going to work. It's trying. Nah. of a test drive to test out the drivability. Obviously not gonna get on it. Man, that blow-off valve is so loud. I know people can hear it. Like, that lady was just looking at me like, what is that noise? And to think that I almost got the the max flow race blow-off valve, like the downshifts are so brutal. I love it. But the situation that we did run into is that the HPX mass airflow sensor that I have in the car right now, it currently is calibrated to the 24-pound or not say 24, the 42-pound injectors that the previous owner had on the car. Like, listen to this blow-off valve in the blower, man. I love the noise that the previous owner had. Obviously, we're not running 42 pounds during, we're running 80. And right now, because I had to lift the car home from the shop, I still have the stock fuel system on the car, so there really is no way to properly get a base map with that mass airflow sensor without the car kind of tripping out. So what I had to do was throw the original tune that was back on the car, unplug the mass airflow sensor, and just limp the car around how we are right now. Kind of doing a test drive to make sure things are, you know, semi-decent. The air fuel ratios are kind of all over the place, but they are kind of in, you know, an acceptable range for just cruising around at 2700 RPM, like 30% throttle. You guys hear like this thing, whoosh, it is so loud. So unfortunately right now, gonna have to drive the car around like this. I am actually gonna load up the previous base map and just unplug the mass airflow sensor, because I did get a base map from Straight Line Solutions. Shout out to Cody, been helping me out a lot. Did not have to help me out as much as he did, kind of did some troubleshooting. So we're gonna be able to drive the car around like this, obviously like 30% throttle, up until next week. Next Wednesday is when I'm taking the car in to actually get dyno tuned, the bigger injectors put on the car, the fuel pump put on the car, as well as new spark plugs, and then we can let the car rip, see what it makes. So I knew I needed to get some type of base map, or at least need some type of understanding on how to operate the car for like the week that it's going to have to be technically like under. Oh shit, that's my bad. Like the week that it's technically going to be like under this like limp mode where you really can't take it, you know, over a certain amount of RPMs. But like this blow-off valve, man, it sounds insane. Cannot wait to see and honestly hear how this car is gonna operate. Like, listen to it like inside the car with the windows rolled up. You can still hear it pretty loud. Like even with the windows rolled all the way up. You can clearly hear that blower. Ah! Whoosh! Oh my God. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, man, but like that's like half the experience right there. Hearing that whoosh, man, this thing sounds good as hell. Honestly, I like this towel blow-off valve that's on the car right now. I really do. I still might go ahead and get that race valve just to try it out, even though I know it's probably going to be unbelievably obnoxious. Like, I don't mind noise because it's a Mustang. It's supposed to be in your face. It's supposed to be loud. It's supposed to be violent, but even I will admit that race valve might be too much, coupled with like the TI head unit, not the S trim, which are quieter. This is the TI head unit. That race valve might be a little bit too much. It might actually be too loud. I'm personally not like, it's not too loud for me, but it might attract a little bit of unnecessary attention, if you know what I mean. Because it's gonna be like, you're gonna have the blower noise and that blowout valve noise, which is gonna be constantly like releasing air because you're gonna be cruising around. It's gonna be nuts. Fuel pump duty cycle stays around like 26, 27. Obviously because I don't really take the car over in 30% throttle, 50% throttle. And then at idle, you just hear the constantly. So you just hear everything that's going on, which I kind of like. It kind of has that quote-unquote sleeper effect, but at the same time, it really isn't sleeper at all because you can't hide anything. As soon as you turn the car on or you roll past somebody that knows anything about, you know, boost, they know, okay, he's pro-charged, you know, even though it's a Vortech, not even a pro-charger. People just assume, oh, he's pro-charged because it sounds like a pro-charger. I mean, it does. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, cruising around, like, you can hear it's loud. Like, people told me that it's loud. You pull up to like a meet, you hear the blow-off valve releasing air, you stop, you hear the whine. It's, I don't know. This compared to like a root style blower where you hear like the whine, like the, I don't know. I like both noises. I don't really mind them. But I'm not gonna lie, that root style, it fits the Cobra. Like, I would not put a Pro Charger on a Cobra. I'd keep that root style blower on it. But a non-Cobra, you gotta go with the Centuries. The Centuries are the way to go. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to kind of give you guys an update on what's going on with the car. I know I've made a video in a couple days, but obviously we had to kind of iron out the base tune, and I had to get an understanding on how to kind of drive and operate this car for about a week until we go ahead and finally throw it on the dyno and put the power down. So remember, next week, Wednesday, the car is going to be going in to get dyno tuned. Probably pick it up either Thursday or Friday, depending on how much time that I have. I think I'm going to have some stuff to do next Thursday. So if we don't get it Thursday, we'll get it Friday. And obviously, we'll go ahead and record a reaction, wide open throttle, and then we'll go ahead and actually get this down on the street and see, you know, how it holds up against some other cars. So hope you guys do enjoy it. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn those post notifications. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.